Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel, Cultivating Roots for the Future. My name is Lisa, and I just wanted to say welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a couple of months since I've uploaded a video about our homeschooling journey. A lot has happened with our family in the last couple of months, and today I'm excited to share with you how we organize the good and the beautiful science units. So halfway through this year, my daughter was using a different science curriculum, and it just became very daunting and mundane. Every day when we had science, there was a science experiment, and just trying to each day make sure that we had everything that was needed for those experiments was wearing me out. And so I read and heard a lot of good reviews about the good and the beautiful science units and how it was open and go. And this curriculum for science truly is open and go. I have loved it. My daughter has loved it. And so right now we are going through the space science unit. When I received our science unit in the mail, the pages were individual. It was cellophane wrapped, and so when I opened it up, I organized everything by lessons, by pictures, by activities, by the booklets. And so I had everything separated. And from there, I could kind of wrap my brain around, okay, what am I going to do with this curriculum and how I'm going to organize it? And I watched some other YouTube videos to get any ideas, which they have been a huge blessing. And so ours is a little similar to what other people are doing. There's been a couple of things that I've done differently. And so hopefully this will be a help and a blessing to another YouTube homeschooling mom who's looking for ideas and how to organize the science units with the good and the beautiful. So like I said, I had everything separated out, and what I did before I did anything is I purchased pouches and things to hold the curriculum together. So one of the things that I got was a little file folder like this, and it expands. So it holds everything in it, which is wonderful. Then I'm not having to go from one spot to another spot to get the material that I need. It's just all in one place. The other thing that I ordered as far as pouches are these little pouches like this. And so it holds any activity cards that there may be, planet cards. All right. It keeps them neat and organized. I laminated them, which is another thing that I have purchased, is a really good laminator. And I also purchased a binding machine. My binding machine was $145 that I got online from Staples. That also included 2 boxes of spiral binding. Each box had 100 100 of these in it, in 2 different sizes. And so that has been a huge blessing to be able to have. I definitely feel like I have gotten my money's worth out of laminating machine and binding machine. So once I decided what pouches I was going to use to keep everything together, I began my quest of laminating what it was that I wanted to have laminated. So I knew for sure I wanted the vocabulary cards laminated. I also cut them according to size, so it's all individual. All right, and I just have them clipped together with a little clip like this, but on the front I always have vocabulary space science, so I know all of these cards are for space science. The next thing that I did was one of the activity sheets was like this, and so I went ahead and laminated it, and this one I just keep separate. All of the pictures I laminated and spiral bound. All right, so on the front, it's hard to see because this paper is black, but it says photos of the night sky. And so inside are all of the pictures that go along with the lessons throughout the unit, and they're all laminated. And these pictures are just absolutely beautiful. So I have all of those together in one place. And I went ahead and put them in order by lesson. So that way it's just real easy to get to. The next thing in the unit are these little booklets that you will read throughout the lessons. There are 6 little booklets, all right? And I went ahead and laminated those, cut them to size, and bound them as well. And so you can see, I mean, there's beautiful pictures and information. This one is the sun, all right? Then we have Earth and Mars, and I'm not going through these in order, but just showing you a little bit from each one. We have Uranus and Neptune. Okay. We have Mercury and Venus. Jupiter and Saturn. All right, beautiful illustrations. And then we have Once Upon a Starry Night, the story of astronomy. Okay. Now the other thing, when you get the curriculum and the science units, it also has optional readers that you can purchase, and I strongly recommend those. We have purchased the readers that goes along with this unit, and we've absolutely enjoyed reading the material along with the lessons that we are learning. And we just read a little bit each day, so that way we can get through all of the readers that go along with the unit. So the next thing that I have that I want to share with you, this is the front cover for this science unit, and I went ahead and laminated it. And inside there's a table of contents. So with this particular science unit, there are 16 lessons. Now, when you receive yours, the table of contents will be in colored ink. My first few pages are not. When I was learning how to use my binding machine, I had a couple of oopses. And so I just printed off from the PDF file that you receive when you purchase the science unit. I just printed off those first few pages, so that's why it's not in colored ink. When you open it up to a lesson, all right, you can see the colored ink in each lesson. And so at the top, it gives you an objective. It gives you any preparation that you may need for that specific lesson, supplies needed. Then you'll have sections that are titled Read to the Children. It has questions that you can ask to your child to get them involved and their minds engaged in the lesson that they're learning that day. It has the vocabulary words that you need to go over in that particular lesson. It has a section on any science journaling that needs to take place, any of the activity cards that you will need. It has that laid out and what you need to do with those. Then at the end of the lesson, there are some either activities that your kids can do, or if they are older, it will give activity ideas for your children to do. So for example, older children, this is in lesson 2, have older children complete one or more of the following assignments. And so it has 3 different options that either maybe you want them to do all 3, maybe you just want them to do 1. If there are any videos that need to be watched, it will have it in the lesson with the link written out, so you can just type it in real quick, upload the video, and watch it. So that is kind of how each, I'll get a little bit closer. how the lessons are laid out. So really, it is truly open and go. The other thing that I did, one resource that has been a huge help to me is Teachers Pay Teachers. And so I went online to that website and I downloaded a interactive notebook for space. And so I got a little folder like this. And inside it, those interactive worksheets, I'm having my daughter complete in her notebook. And I'll take a picture and I'll see if I can upload it in the link below so you guys can kind of see how she is doing her interactive notebook. And so it goes along with, there's worksheets that come with the unit, and these are a few other worksheets that I got from that website, Teachers Pay Teachers. And so there are some vocabulary that you will see in the curriculum, waxing crescent, waning crescent, full moon, new moon. All right. There are, let's see here, what's another one? A lunar cycle flip book. So these are little interactive worksheets that I will be going through with my daughter. Then what I did is I just made a copy of the cover of the unit, and inside this booklet are all of the answers to the worksheets that she will be completing in her interactive space science notebook. So it has been, this curriculum has been a huge blessing. My daughter has truly loved it. She is engaged. She's excited about science. She's learning. She's retaining the information, which those things are very important to me. The other thing that I did, and I'll show you an example, because there are no tests or quizzes that go along with this curriculum, we have weekly pop quizzes. I know that kind of takes away from the pop quiz if they're already scheduled. But I just put together a quiz that goes over a couple of the lessons, 1 or 2 lessons each week, depending on how maybe lengthy the lesson is, how much information is involved in that lesson. And so we have these little pop quizzes, and that way I feel like for her, I can see the evidence of what she is learning. That way we can have a grade with it. And that works really well for us. So that is how we organize the space science unit with The Good and the Beautiful. I hope that has this video has been a blessing to you, and hopefully you can get some ideas from this video, and good luck with putting together your science units with The Good and the Beautiful. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.